up your chewing gum.
What?
Do you have a chewing gum? No?
No.
Okay.
My mom once told me that she'd rather receive a birthday card every year than a gift. And my first thought was, wow, that's really freaking stupid. I mean, I'd much rather have money or a present. At least I used to think that way. The card that's being passed around the room is what changed my mind. You see, cards have a lot more weight than you might think. Sure, you can buy one at Hallmark for like $5, but they're not just paper. They're a way of communicating, a way of celebrating, and an embodiment of emotion. Now, cards have actually been in use since ancient Egypt and ancient China. The Egyptians used greeting cards in the form of like early papyrus just to communicate and keep in touch with one another. And the Chinese actually had a tradition to exchange New Year's cards way back in the day. And that migrated to Europe about around the 1500s, which of course Europe brought it here. And I think that's special, you know, because even in modern society, cards are still in use, you know. Even though we have lots of forms of communicating with each other, like Snapchat and email, people still choose to send cards for important events and celebrations. And that's why cards are also an embodiment of emotion. Because they're thoughtful, they're compassionate. You know, you send a card to somebody on events that are really matter, that are really important. You don't just convey happiness and celebration. You give your condolences, you give your congratulations. You know, as we all know, we all being freshmen in college and stuff, we had to get cards from our graduation party. So you probably had to read through lots of personal messages, and of course the money was nice too. But you know, if people just sent you money all the time, you wouldn't know they cared. And that's why I think makes cards special. They show the connections that we have with one another. And I think it's really cool that cards have a special place in American society because we use it a lot typically for birthdays, postcards, you know, for the holidays, and graduation cards. But cards are special because they're also used across all cultures, you know, and they really connect different parts of the world because we all use cards. It's one thing that every culture really has in common. I invite you to consider that on your next holiday or special occasion that arises, what a card can do. It's not just a way to communicate. It's a way to convey emotion.